Hello. I installed Desi Live to see if maybe I could if I could stream into YouTube. But I it wasn't good. Maybe I should have, maybe maybe I could have like tested it beforehand. I'm not a coward. I'm not a coward. I am not a pussy, and I will raw dog this shit. Yes, that is the words that I'm going for. 100%. Anyways, hello. It's been a while. How have you guys been? Oh my goodness, I feel like I am really, really loud. Please do let me know though, because I am seeing myself get in the red. Ugh. But yeah, how you guys do? It's been a while since I streamed, I think. Wait, how long has it been since I streamed? I think that it was holy shit last week, yeah. It has been a while. I'm sorry about that. The depression after the elections happening in Colombia may have hit me a little bit too hard. I may have been on quite literally the dumps. But we ball! I'm sure that nothing bad will happen ever again. It'll just be, definitely not be smooth sailing, but it'll be sailing, right? Right? Oh gosh. I'm so not used to streaming anymore. I feel like I definitely will get a sore voice and I won't be able to stream as long as I used to beforehand. But, have you guys considered that it would be really funny if I ended up streaming for a ton of time and eventually I just lost my voice and I had to take another week-long break. Teehee. But no, I'm honestly doing better right now. Today, I actually woke up with a ton of energy, which was surprising. And also with a big ol' hankering for orange juice for some reason. Which is honestly legitimately interesting. Usually I don't really, have that much craving for something unless I am low on anything. Like, for example, if I am low on iron, I just really like chewing ice. But this has been the first time in a while that I just really, really wanted to chug some orange juice. Not even lemonade, which is usually what I enjoy the most. Especially because, you guys already know me. I love citruses. I love coffee. My two true loves in the whole entire world. Especially because I just love it. I just love me. It's like a good shot to my nervous system. And apparently people with anxiety and that have a lot of stress, actually do crave, citrus fruits more than usual because they do give you like a little mental shock. And you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, I've been feeling way better than usual. Which, usually would make me a little bit suspicious. Usually I do not feel good often. And when I feel good, usually it's because something bad is going to happen. Something bad, something evil and fucked up. But you know what? I'm sure that is just all in my head and that everything will be amazing and perfect. Especially because ARTFIGHT started today! Wah! Wah! Yippee! Yippee! Yahoo! Yippee! Yahoo! ARTFIGHT time! Wah! Yeah, I'm doing ARTFIGHT this year. It has been a really, really long time since I have done ARTFIGHT. But you know what? It is a good way of teaching myself or forcing myself to actually draw more often. Or, well, not more often, but definitely draw quicker. Because unfortunately, I am a very slow artist, guys. Things that used to take me maybe like a day or two to finish drawing now take me at least a week. Most illustrations even take me a month. which is insane. I see myself when I was in high school, and I used to be able to just, holy shit, it's a Gru. Yeah. Boo. Did I scare you? Boo! Yeah, I'm a ghost. Hello, Gru, how have you been? Let me just, I don't even remember how to promote myself. I'm just that bad at VTubing now. I may no longer be professional streamer extraordinaire. But you know what? I never was, regardless. I'm even 3 a.m. Go to sleep! Right, I forget that you're British. I forgot that you're British person. Go to sleep, British person. It's time for British people to go Eber mode. Or maybe instead you should drink a little bit of coffee. Yes. Everybody knows that 3 a.m. coffee just tastes different. It actually like heals a little bit of your soul. Yeah, I have been surprisingly busy, but in a way that it doesn't really like show very much. My mind has just been rattling itself with so many projects, and I of course, you guys already know that I was doing some assets for Salur's debut, and I am also working on some drawings that I unfortunately cannot show on stream, due to confidentiality, but I'm sure that, it'll be fine. And, you know, ARTFIGHT is just really, a really good way to just... British? Are you not British person? I'm pretty sure that you're British person. Or at least you're living in Britain person. I'm so sorry if you're not if you are not British, and I am forcing you to be British, but this is British time. Like right now, it is like 3 a.m. in the UK. And why do I know that? Because I know British people. I know British people, and British people, you know, they are British. You're Swedish. You're Swedish. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I love IKEA. I really want to get Afton's Sparf. 2:26. Oh, you guys have like a 1 hour difference. I do know that right now it is just really late in the UK. I know that it must be at least something. Oh my goodness, ARTFIGHT has a line? ARTFIGHT has a stupid line! I do not like IKEA. They won't open. But how? Why would they not open? Why would IKEA not open in Sweden? That's so evil. I mean, the only IKEA that we have in my country right now is quite literally 2 or 3 hours away. It's in the same city, but you know, I live in the stupid biggest city of our country, so I live in the stupid New York of my country, and it's so far away. And you know, it would be so fun, and it would be so cool if I were able to just go to IKEA to peruse stuff and to check out the plushies, but also IKEA is kind of pricey. For Colombia specifically, it is really pricey. I have to drive like 2 hours for the nearest IKEA, and I live in IKEA land. Yeah, same. Same. I live in quite literally the opposite edge of the city where the IKEA is, and I think that's kind of homophobic. Takes a little sippy on my coffee. But yeah, I really want to get IKEA plushies. We haven't gotten Junkelskog yet, which I think is very annoying. We have gotten Blahash. I don't know how to pronounce him. I just know that his name is Blahash and that it's trans icon, and I want trans icon. And I sent him to my mom, and my mom thinks he's really cute. So obviously we gotta get one now. But yeah, I've been mostly busy just gathering funds for my new PC. I have already ordered parts, of course, but I have the hankering feeling that I'll probably need more hard drive. I'll definitely need more hard drive space. Why? Because art files are chunky. I don't know if you have seen art files, but art files can get really, really chunky. Especially depending on what you're doing them for. So if you're doing a print or something, you have to use like 300 PPP. I believe that it is different on. Well, it's just I don't know how to pronounce the little O. What am I supposed to do? 300 pp's, yeah, 300 pp's. Inches. Yeah, it's a lot of pp's, and they get really heavy. They get super heavy, and so unfortunately, wait, I'm in art file. Let's go. Finally, the queue opened. Oh my gosh. ARTFIGHT has been down all day. It has been down quite literally all day, and I have been trying to get in on it since midday. Because for those who do not know, ARTFIGHT doesn't really start at 12 a.m. It starts at 12 p.m. And so I have been trying really, really hard to get into my page, just so that I could check my bookmarks for the people that I'm going to attack. Because in ARTFIGHT you can bookmark characters so that you're able to actually see who you're going to kill or going to bug. And that way, you sort of have like an idea of what you are going to do. And it has been down ever since the countdown stopped. But we're there now. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Honestly, if I had not been able to enter ARTFIGHT today, I would have either just done commissions. But since ARTFIGHT started, we are going to do ARTFIGHT now. Yippee! Also, hello, Jax. Congratulations on your yummy, yummy, delicious coffee bean. I really need to get myself more coffee bean variations because everybody has unlocked all of the coffee bean variations, and I believe that you guys should get more coffee beans. Yeah. I'm going to switch screens now, so that we can just go to the art space area. Boing. Give it a second. The PNG tour will appear in a little bit. It's just that when you're in studio mode, which is what you use so that you're able to. Chicken nuggets are tasty. I need to put up tits so that not tits. I mean, I do have tits, but I need to put up so that TTS Rita also reads bit stuff. Right now, she only does point revenge, but don't worry, I'll do it. Goods are tasty.
Chicken nuggets are tasty.
Why isn't she Frida? Oh, it's because it's at minus 30 decibels because of the ASMR stream. Oh. Hehe. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. She'll be right back. Don't you love Frida? Frida TTS. She is so beautiful and chunky. And I am working on making her a TTS pet. ASMR side, yeah! For my Ghostathon on October, you guys unlocked 3DO ASMR mic, and I mean, I gotta use it. I don't wanna waste your guys' money. Okay. Chicken nuggets are tasty. There we go.
Chicken nuggets are tasty.
So true, Frida, so true. I don't know if it's too low. I try not to make it too loud because there's also the bang. Because my sub emotes, the sus emote has a sound, and it is kind of yeah, the sound for the sus emote is really loud, so I usually keep it low, so I don't get jump scared by it. Okay. Why are you not showing? Like, do I just have to transition again? Yippee! There we go. But yeah, I am planning on adding so much more audio stuff, especially because I'm still working on my VTuber model that I kind of gotta use sometimes. Wait, they never did the ASMR. I'm gonna pester Kit to do so. Maribon, to be honest, it doesn't matter whenever I DM her, I just can never catch her online. She is even more elusive than Crony, and that is saying something. Yeah. We are going to be doing some, what is the heh? Oh, this one. Aren't I gorgeous? Aren't I beautiful? It's just some designs I made because I want to make comics of when I was a child, so this is my child design. Oh, well, actually, 15-second clip of Mari. That's right. I might have to look that up. But yeah, I don't think Kid has ever done ASMR stream, and I think that Mari just like used it once. Yeah, we're going to be doing ARTFIGHT, which means that we're going to be working on my lithographies and also on doing some drawings for people. Okay, there we go. ARTFIGHT just has been really, really slow, unfortunately. Holy shit, Blanket stream. Yeah, yippee. Finally. I'm so sorry, guys. The post-election depression hit me really, really hard. But yeah, these are all of the characters that I have bookmarked so far for ARTFIGHT. And as you can see, I kind of went a little bit overboard. I really want to draw this one, but since this one does have a trigger warning, I will be doing this off stream. Guys, I may be like certified horror artist. This is also part of the reason why this specific character sheet is all blue. It's because it does have some gore elements on it, and I don't want to spook you guys. Well, maybe not spook you guys. I know that you guys love being spooky, but Mr. Dan Clancy only tolerates one kind of body horror, and that is pregnancy. And we're already on thin ice with Crony's pregnancy reveal. I cannot do another one so soon. Yeah, this is all of the characters that I have been doing. And I have some of my friends in here. Stefan is doing some ARTFIGHT. Shy is doing some more ARTFIGHT. The ghost doesn't want to spook. I would be more than happy to spook, but unfortunately Twitch hates any sort of gore. So you guys, I don't want to get banned again. But yeah, if you guys want to get like a little spooky, this is like very mild gore, or to me it is very mild gore. Look, it's just a little kitty cat. It's a kitty cat. Again. It's all joking. I haven't gotten banned from Twitch yet. But it's only a matter of time if you think about it. But yeah, I have gore art, and this is why I also have an NSFW account on Twitter. That I don't really promote because I created it as a part of a challenge that I was helping some friends with. And the specific challenge was related to a person that I do not want to associate with anymore. So I didn't really like promote it anymore. But I'll probably definitely repurpose it to do more horror stuff instead of like spicy stuff. So if you want to see like any sort of like horror stuff from me, you can just check out Not Safe for Ghosts on Twitter. I still refuse to call it X. I think that name is annoying, and also they stole it from X Japan, which is a very good visual K band, by the way. And they have been in the scene for years, for decades. So I think that Elon Musk is a filthy, filthy weeb that has not a single original bone in his body. Whoop, cannot find your earbud. This is why I am still a wired earphones user, actually. I still have a ton of wired earphones. I am in need of buying some wired headphones, though. I am okay with these, like, pure Bluetooth headphones. I have always been a fan of JBL because they're really affordable. They've got some good audio for the price range that they got. But their wired headphones are kind of pricey. So I am saving up for them so that I am able to do less, like, have less latency, especially since I do have an audio interface. I'm still laughing. Oh my goodness, right? I don't even know why he, even tried to make that. I actually am okay with being bad at video games. I think that it's fun. As long as you're having fun doing video games, you're allowed to be bad. I quite literally I'm the worst DVD player ever, but I have a blast playing DVD. I think that it's fun, especially when you do it with friends. I just don't know why he felt the need to prove himself, to flex his Path of Exile stuff. By the by, that does remind me, I need to buy a controller so that I can play Hollow Knight again on stream. Oh, and I really want to play Cuphead. I really, really, really want to play Cuphead. I tried playing it on keyboard because I am a keyboard purist. In fact, I played the entirety of Silent Hill F with keyboard and mouse because I am just so used to the tank controls of the original PS1 that I never got used to playing with updated controls, that I finished all of Silent Hill F on tank controls, and I am proud of it. I am proud of being a tank control purist. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream Silent Hill F because this computer freaked the fuck out. My GPU just wasn't powerful enough to stream and play F at the same time, but once my computer is built, real Yakuza use a gamepad. Real Yakuza will use keyboard and mouse and be amazing at it. You know, it is like that. It's that added difficulty, I believe. Also, one thing that maybe does help is that since I use tank controls, I am able to control the camera much easier. And that way, that also means that I don't get as motion sick, which is great. For those who do not know, I do get motion sick really easily. That's why I don't play any games with any very strong visual stuff. Oh, Aito! Hello! Yeah! Aito, hello! Thank you so much for raiding! How are you guys doing? What are you guys playing? Do you guys have fun? Ooh, Yoshi's Story, that's such a cute game. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun. I am so glad that you didn't catch me while I was showing off my core. That's so good. Well, hello everybody. Thank you so much for coming in. I am a ghost of the blanket variety, and I am a part-time freelance illustrator, full-time hunting expert. Right now, we are actually doing some art. Or, well, I haven't started yet, but we are going to be doing some art for ARTFIGHT, which is a months-long art exchange event. I really love it. I'm really, really excited. This is the first day of ARTFIGHT, so loading the pages is absolutely hellish. No, god damn it! It's okay, because you beat it once, so that is the good ending. And when you died, that is the bad ending. You're just unlocking all of the endings. You're a completionist. But yeah, the page for ARTFIGHT was down since noon, which was when ARTFIGHT actually started. ARTFIGHT has a countdown, starting, the month before ARTFIGHT. And so, once ARTFIGHT officially started, which was 12 p.m. my time, it probably is 2 p.m. CST. Not CST, PST. 2 p. No, PST is 2 hours before me. So 12 minus 2 equals 10. I am so good at math. So 10 a.m. PST, Pacific time zone. ARTFIGHT started, and the page has been down since then. Because everybody was just getting in on their attacks. But, as I was saying, ARTFIGHT is so fucking fun. It is so fun. It is so cool. And I am so excited that I will be able to do it this year. Usually I only join if the themes interest me. And as you guys know, I am a spooky guy. And as a certified spooky guy, I gotta be all spooky. And I gotta join Team Mystery. I am a little bit sad that most of my friends are also Team Mystery. But that just means that we're a mystery gang. And by the way, I claim Scooby. I'm Scooby. Well, if I'm being honest, I'm probably Belmo, but I also really like Belmo. Ghost is spooky? My life is a lie. Yeah, I'm super spooky. I'm like the evilest ghost ever. Wait, I believe that Gru and Hex were in there for when I show you guys my selfie. Do you guys know that I actually made myself a little selfie? It was super pretty. It was super pretty and nice and amazing. Look! This is my selfie! Aren't I gorgeous? I am so cute and adorable and approachable. It's me real life, no lie. In all technicality, this is actually a painting that I made as the Ghost of Christmas Past because my friend Stefan was super sweet and included me for his Christmas layout. Let me see, it must be on my beloved folder. By the way, if you guys ever do anything with my little character, I will save it forever and it'll be my little treasure. But yeah, he made me here. And this is actually animated. It is fully animated. Look at me, I'm just waving. It's so cute. But yeah, he asked me if I would like to be the Ghost of Christmas Past for his little animation, and he made me here, and I was so cute. And this was a design that I made for his little starting soon screen. But if I'm being honest, if I were to be like the Ghost of Christmas Past, this is what I would think that I would look like. Would run away if you appear at 3 a.m. 10 of 10. No. See? I told you that I can be super spooky. This is why I'm a full-time hunting expert. But yeah. As for ARTFIGHT, I know that some of the characters here do involve gore, so those are ones that I'm going to be doing on my off time. And I will be uploading to my Not Safe for Work account, which is called Not Safe for Ghosts on Twitter. The 4 is actually a number. But, I believe that we could start out with some of these characters. I just wish that there was a way that I could just, like, do everything and then just choose a random one. Maybe roll a dice. Maybe roll some die. How many characters do I have in here? I believe I have 19. 19, I believe. So, I am going to just put up, like, roll a die. A d20. And we'll see who we can actually do. As I said, I quite literally just got into the ARTFIGHT page minutes before stream. I had to actually join a virtual line. And if we hadn't been able to enter ARTFIGHT, I would have continued on just drawing the references for my ARTFIGHT characters. Oh yeah, that's me as a baby! I know, yeah, no, that's actually me as a baby. Yeah. Kapoy! Okay, we got number 10. So this would mean 4, 8, and 10. We're gonna do Slaxona. Oh, it's so cute! Honestly, I have just been obsessed. Drawing characters. Nah, that's me. No, that's me as a baby. That's me as a baby. How dare you? That is just me as a baby. But yeah, this is just going to take a little bit to load, so I'm going to continue on just sketching my characters, and then we'll see that. This is also me as a baby, by the way. If you guys care. What if I made the hat green? That would be like more accurate to real life, given that the video right there is me as a baby. Oh shit. Yeah, I am using Noelle, which is the character over here, as a height reference. That way I am able to make sure that all of my characters, if they are on a lineup, are proportionate. Gain sentience. Why is the child no smile? Gain sentience. Quite literally. Fun fact about me, I have a genetic predisposition for depression and anxiety, and I had childhood OCD. I was a very scared child. Quite literally, the moment I gained sentience, I was terrified for my life. Which is, oh, come on! God fucking damn it! ARTFIGHT! Wait, hold on. It's okay, girl. I was very, very lucky to be part of a family that not only is very supportive, but have the resources to help me out when I was younger. But one of the reasons why I made myself like this as a child was because due to the fact that I just knew the secrets of the universe when I was a baby, I was apparently very terrifying. Which, I mean, of course, ghosts are terrifying. So I get it. I get it. God damn it. I was banned from Slug Zona. And also, I had very, very big green eyes. I do still have green eyes, but they have become more hazel with age. But you see, a compliment here in Colombia, or at least in Spanish-speaking language, when you have pretty eyes, people say, "Oh my goodness, you have such pretty eyes. Can I steal them? Can I steal your eyes? May I please steal your eyes?" And well, guys, I think that they actually stole them. Yeah, those are just like empty sockets. I'm sorry to break the immersion. I'm like 2D, but with like white instead of black. Yeah. Of course, the ghost has to have like very terrifying, eerie, spooky lore. Yeah. Well, given since I have been kicked out of ARTFIGHT because I was too scary for the website, obviously, let me just open the portraits, and we'll continue on drawing my character references, I guess. Oh, you are so cute, Angie. I love you. Angie is actually one of my more popular characters in the con scene. She has a print that you can get on my shop, actually, which isn't open right now. It will open soon. It will open mid-July. But she has a print, and she is gorgeous, and I love drawing her because she is so pretty. She might be the prettiest woman ever, actually. Good thing I didn't have pretty eyes. I like my eyes in high school, I know. Sometimes when you are born too pretty, people just steal your eyes. I want to trade your eyes for 4 doubloons. I don't know, I kinda like the eyeless aesthetic. It makes it more difficult to perceive the horrors. But okay, another thing that I am also very, very excited about, and I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret, but I may or may not release a new cover during this summer. I've got it scheduled for probably the end of July or August, depending on the art and the video making process. And of course also like the shirt funds. Because guys, it's going to be a duet. It's going to be a duet. So I am working with a very, very special person to create a music video for the duet. We actually already have the audio done. And the mix was actually... Guys, I love my mixer. If you guys don't know, my mixer is called Shiza-kun on Twitter. And he was the one who also mixed the Jupiter cover, the one that I released for my grandpa's birthday. And he's just such a good mixer and super affordable. He is so affordable, so good. I 100% recommend his services. He is also super prompt, and he practically just walks you through the entire process. And yeah, I am just so in love with how he mixes my voice. And if you guys ever have like a VTuber, or if you yourselves want to record a cover, I would 100% recommend them. He is super cool and awesome. And I am really, really happy with how this specific duet turned out. And it's so funny because I did have some ad-libs that I just like did for fun during the recording. I didn't even intend on like having them for the actual cover, but Shiza-kun was like, you know what, this actually sound fun, I'm gonna include them. And I talked to my collab partner and I showed them, and they were like, oh my goodness, that sounds so good, yeah, let's keep them. So now I've got like this this stupid funny little ad-libs included in the cover. But honestly, he did such a good job. Especially because I have a really, really bad time recording harmonies. I did record them to the best of my abilities, but I am just awful at them. I am really, really bad. So I decided that I would pay a little bit extra so that he would also add some, like, actually correct harmonies. And that add-on is really cheap. It was quite literally just, what, $5? Yeah, so I paid the extra $5 so that I would have some extra harmonies added, and it was just so good. Imagine having such a good mixer for such a cheap price point. He should really update his prices. I think that he is worth a lot more than what he is charging right now. Yeah, I hope that you guys check him out if you guys ever are in need of a mixer for whichever project you need. I've also recommended him to some of my VTuber friends. I don't know if they'll use him, use his services, but if they do, I'll definitely like give them I'll definitely give Shiza-kun another huge shout out too. Oh, Minma got an attack? I'm sorry, I'm just checking the Discord because I am asking also some of my friends if they were able to get into ARTFIGHT, and apparently one of my friends already got an attack. Let's go! Guys, this is why ARTFIGHT is so cool. It is quite literally like Secret Santa, but you fight to the death. And then you can also kill people, but instead of killing people, you draw art for them, and I think that's beautiful. And I think that's super beautiful and awesome. Also, by the by, I have been genuinely thinking, like, this is not regarding ARTFIGHT, but more like my own personal projects as well, like the whole birthday event that I had planned for May, but had to postpone until further notice because of my tooth stuff. But I have been thinking about maybe doing a little graphics refresh of my entire layout. I may be the most indecisive person ever because, as you guys know, I make everything regarding visual assets aside from a couple of extra stuff. So, for example, some of my animated emotes are commissioned. The little Hugo floating thingies are also made by Aishindor. Let me give him a shout out, by the way, since he is also a VTuber. Of course, Guru, have a nice night. I hope that you sleep very well. Please take care. I say as if I hadn't gone to sleep yesterday at 5:30 a.m. reading The Summer He Could Have Died fanfiction. I don't talk about that. But yeah, you may also know I because he did the alerts for oh, thank you so much, Gru. You may also know I because he did the alerts for Kit. I is a very dear mutual of ours, and he is super cool and awesome. And he also has started an animation YouTube channel, and he is banging out there. His animations are so good, and I just love it. And I am hoping one day to save up so that he can design an outfit for Hugo, because his outfit designs are just gorgeous. He is inspired by Lolita fashion, which has been a huge hyperfixation of mine for a while, and his drawings are just so perfect. They feel like they should just be like little prints framed on those cute little Rococo frames. I think that's beautiful. Yeah, please do check out I. He is super cool and awesome, and he also does a lot of art streams. Whenever I'm not streaming and I is live, I just tune into his stream so that I can also do some co-working. And that way I am also able to like gush over his brushes and stuff. He still hasn't sent me his CSP brushes. I'm going to kill him at gunpoint for those CSP brushes he has got. Dude, why are you so pretty? I mean, why are you so pretty? I can't believe I'm glazing my OCs while I draw them. But you know what? Sometimes it is what it is. Oh my goodness, I'm so cute. Guys, this is the ARTFIGHT experience. I'm sure that once a couple of days are over, like the first 3 days are over, things are going to calm down, but oh my goodness. We've been in line for 10 minutes now? It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We'll be able to work this out. We gotta work this out. Oh, you know, one thing that I really want to start on my Discord server, by the way, !Discord, if you guys want to join my Discord server, we do like cool stuff sometimes. It has been really quiet recently, but that is entirely my fault. But I really want to start doing watch nights. Specifically of queer movies that I know that don't have that much attention. I have been a very big, deep lover of independent Colombian cinema. As you guys may or may not know, I am a visual arts graduate. I am quite literally titled as a Master of Fine Arts, and as such, I do have some experience with videos and animations and movie making and photography and stuff. I did hate every single second I had to actually create video material, and I had to do sound design and stuff. But watching independent cinema, especially made from your own country, and with all of those like little idiosyncrasies that you are able to understand in a way that is like, oh my goodness, it is as if you were there. I just want for people to watch more like of our independent Colombian cinema, especially, and this is something that pissed me off so much, but there is a specific movie called Un Poeta, a Poet, that actually was nominated by Cannes recently this year, and I don't remember if it won or not, but anyways, really good movie. Really, really good movie. It is set in Medellin, in the 1980s, which is the height of the paramilitary drug lord era of Colombia. But instead of focusing on all of those things that most of us Colombians are already tired of just seeing in the media, it actually focuses on the specific life of a poet in those times before he actually was able to be successful. And it is a very nice emotional movie that I would really recommend anybody to watch. But either way, since Americans do not have that creative bone in their body, they're already making a US adaptation. There's no punchline. I'm just really angry. Like, I thought that we had learned from Parasite that usually US or English Hollywood remakes are not necessary to enjoy a movie, and that it is actually better if you actually expand your horizons. into watching foreign movies, foreign media, especially because it actually helps you understand different perspectives instead of just staying in your little Eurocentric bubble. But yeah, no, apparently they're making an adaptation of Un Poeta. I am really pissed about it. Especially because I don't even think that they're going to get the specific idiosyncrasies of what this movie is about and the historical context that it represents, because how are you going to make the life of a poet in 1980s Colombia, at the height of one of the most violent times in our history, and also one of the worst economical recessions that we've had, be adapted into just like a guy from Maine? A guy from Maine. It just loses a lot of its sauce. It loses a lot of its soul. And that just makes me really, really sad, especially because as a horror fan, I have found it so enriching to watch horror movies from other countries other than just the mainstream Hollywood ones. One of my favorite movies is actually Impedicore, which is an Indonesian horror movie. The name in Indonesian is actually way longer, but it is an incredibly good movie. Japanese horror, of course, has already like gathered its own niche in the cultural zeitgeist, in the cultural eye of everyone, because Japan just has like this very interesting history of just becoming really trendy every like 200-ish years or so. But regardless, there are also very many good horror movies that come out of countries that people just don't care to look at. Another one of my favorite movies is The Orphanage. It isn't necessarily horror, it is more of a thriller. But it is a Spanish movie about, well, an orphanage. But it has basically changed my brain chemistry. One of my characters is very heavily based on the main, like, quote-unquote monster of the movie, and it is so obvious to Spanish-speaking people, because, well, we know that movie. And then, of course, there is Aterrados, which is another very, very good Argentinian horror movie, which treats, like, hauntings more like an actual zombie virus. And it's really good. It's so good. Guys, I really want to start doing movie nights specifically just because I feel like people are missing out on so many good horror from other countries. Boogers. But yeah. Oh god, kids server has completely brain rotted me. I also really just want to like show people more queer movies in general. I was really surprised when I was talking to my friends on the server about well, we were technically doing Wordle, and the word of the day was MZ. EMCEE. I'm still on a stupid line. And my hint to them, because they were really struggling, was that this word actually was the name of a character in a popular musical during the pandemic. And I also told them that it was an old musical, and that it specifically was very popular on TikTok. And when I showed them the hint, and I told them, oh yeah, this is MC, like from Cabaret, they were like, what the hell is Cabaret? I was like, what do you mean you don't know Cabaret? What do you mean you don't know Cabaret? And again, they touted themselves as theater nerds, as musical nerds. So I am taking that title away from them now. It is my title now. But yeah, they didn't know Cabaret. They hadn't watched the original 1960s Hairspray. I know that technically 1960s Hairspray isn't the original, but it is the one that the movie from the 2000s is based off of. And many people have not watched it. But I think that it's really important because it is one of the very few mainstream movies that feature a prominent drag queen, which is Divine. And honestly, John Water movies are just really, really good. They have like this grunginess, like this down-to-earthness that you cannot find in other like big production Hollywood movies. And the fact that Hairspray became so culturally dominant during that time, when it was like made by prominently queer people and it talked about like racism and social justice, it was just so good. I also really, really want to just show people more queer movies made by Colombian and Latin American authors. I will, obviously, I have always recommended Señorita María, La Falda de la Montaña, or Miss Maria's Skirting the Mountain. It is about a trans woman in rural Boyacá, and it just shows the struggles of being a trans woman or a trans person in general in a rural conservative area of a country that is already pretty conservative to begin with. So that is something that I really, really want to watch with you guys. The movie is free in my own like national repository, which I do know that is not available for other countries, or for some other countries, depending on where you live. But I do think that it is important for people to also have that perspective of what it is being queer in Latin America, specifically in a rural area. That is also why I still pester Crony to read The Summer He Could Have Died, because it is also such a good representation of being queer in any rural conservative area. I also, of course, really want to, this is one that I haven't watched yet, but I know that it is very, very good, which is Llueve sobre Babilonia, or It's Raining Over Babylon, which also has a prominently queer cast. I believe that it is mostly trans women. And it goes into more the life of, queer people in the city, especially because, as you guys know, a lot of trans people, unfortunately, are... Oh, Llueve sobre Babilonia. A lot of trans people, unfortunately, are kicked out of their homes when they're young and are not able to find work, so they have to often resort to sex work. And this is sort of a semi-documentary of what it is to live as a sexual minority and as a very vulnerable community in the big city, and how they are able to create community within it. That is one that I haven't watched. I would like to watch it with you guys in a watch party someday. Saka's my guilty pleasure are crime/mafia movies and barely any anymore. That's true. I really, really wanted to get more, specifically Agatha Christie movies. I feel like it is time for us to do more Miss Marple. I said what I said. I want Miss Marple in the big screen on recent times, because most of the Miss Marple movies are old as fuck. But as for mafia movies, I actually, and this is something that I will confess, I've never watched The Godfather. I've never watched The Godfather. I don't know why. it definitely is down my alley because I like mystery, I like crime movies, I like detective movies. I just haven't watched them. The Godfather is kind of mediocre. Well, you gotta give me recommendations. Also, guys, ads will start in 40 seconds. It'll be 3 minutes of ads, so feel free to grab a snack, have a drink, go to the bathroom. And I'll also take a small pee break. I gotta take a piss. So hi, Seven, how are you doing? Americaya. Congratulations on your yummy, delicious contact coffee bean. The Goodfellas is a classic, huh? You can either tag me on Kits or my Discord server and just send me a list of recommendations and I'll add them to my to-watch list. I'm really, really happy that Glass Onion isn't necessarily mystery, it's more like a thriller. But I am really happy that Knives Out started giving us more sort of that imagery of what it is to have a detective movie. I know that they aren't the best in the world, but they're really good. But yeah, I gotta go piss. Ad break just started. I'll go to the bathroom, but I'll be right back. Blah. Blah. Can't live within you. Another fucking banger. Do you guys know that not many people have watched Labyrinth? Labyrinth is so good. I don't know why people have not watched Labyrinth, but I also need people to watch Labyrinth stat. It is such a good movie, and also, David Bowie's character was hot. And I am surprised that people think that is controversial because I'm pretty sure that I mean, so many people think that David Bowie by himself is already hot. But yeah, this movie, it is like such a... It is a little bit of a fever dream, but it is like the best time I've ever had. And Within You is such a good song. I don't know, it just feels like this sort of like campy, grungy fantasy that we're sorely lacking in this moment in time. I feel like people should be a little bit less serious. Holy shit, oh my god, we're so not. We're still not. We're still not there yet, what the hell? How many people could be browsing ARTFIGHT right now that they crashed the website? It's okay though. I suppose we won't be able to draw a Slug Sona today. I am so sorry to the Slug Sona person. I am not allowed to be on ARTFIGHT right now. Leg. I do like giving this character long legs. I do want them to open their legs a little bit long. A little bit more. I do wonder if anybody else is struggling right now with ARTFIGHT, or if it is just me. It's just my chud self. They can let you in because they know you'd win Cell Trill. Please! I want to heart. I want to fight. Okay, so I'm just realizing his head is too small. Don't worry, I can fix that real quick. You gotta fiction. Fiction. Oh. What if I just redraw it? You know what? I'm gonna redraw it again. This is just my process. And then I wonder why I take 3 million years to actually draw something. You guys think it's because I draw and redraw a lot? Nah, couldn't be that. Hikaru hoshi o nagareta fiction. You know what I want to do? I would like to start multi-streaming. That is also like half the reason why I downloaded SE Live. But SE Live is like kind of sticky. It's kind of bad. Regardless, I will try and learn it. I will try and do some test streams on YouTube because I do think that art streams do relatively better on YouTube, especially because YouTube usually you're able to rewind stuff, and people usually like watching the progress from the start. Sorry, hiccup. People like watching the progress from the start, so that means that I should probably also be able to rewind sort stuff, or allow people to rewind without having to sub. Because right now, even though Twitch does have a rewind feature, it is only allowed. Hello, Fat Man! How you doing? How you doing? Thank you so much for playing Mecha Chameleon with us yesterday. Wait, are you the same Fat Man that played Mecha Chameleon with us yesterday? If you were, thank you so much for playing yesterday. I had a ton of fun. Even if I did have to sign out earlier because I had work to do. I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah, hello, welcome. Please remember to redeem your yummy, delicious coffee bean. You get one daily. But yeah, I. What was I talking about? What? Oh yeah, YouTube. Even though YouTube chat is held to moderate, you can just disable it. You can quite literally just disable it, and then you just like have your chat exclusively on Twitch. And, I think that's cool. YouTube chat in by itself, unless you're a YouTube only streamer like Minto, or let's see, who is also a YouTube only streamer? I think that Dopekeeper is also a YouTube only streamer. Yeah. You're just able to like have your own like dedicated YouTube. If only Kid would do that. Look, he is just cruising or a bruising. He's just a little funny like that. But I believe for most of it, if you don't have a huge audience, YouTube chat is not even needed as much. Just because people from YouTube prefer to watch the bots. That is what I do. I have started watching Made Minto recently. And I prefer to just watch her bots because her chat is just going at 3 miles a minute, and I cannot handle it because that's spooky, that's scary. Nobody had redeemed first, damn. Also, congratulations on your first ever coffee bean, yippee! And so I usually just watch the Made Minto bots. And that way I just close chat, pretend it doesn't exist, and I am able to just chill. I think that also just like a ton of video makers, regardless, prefer to stream mostly on Twitch and then upload the bots later, which is what I already do, but I do not have auto upload bots on because sometimes I do accidentally dox myself. Hee hee. And as such, I usually upload them manually, but I forget. And then 7 days go past and the bot is gone. Especially because I do not record locally. Recording locally takes away a ton of memory and a ton of disk drive space. So I decided that it would be best for me if I just like took the bots, uploaded them to YouTube, and then if I ever need them, I can just download them directly from YouTube. And that way I also have them scrubbed because it has no audio, since I am able to separate audio. I do need to ask how he separates audio for YouTube, because he does have separated audio so that YouTube has a generic track, and so that YouTube has like its own generic track, and his Twitch chat does have songs. So as you guys see, I am playing Spotify right now, but it will not appear on the bot. Any audio sources that may play copyrighted music are completely filtered off so that YouTube or any bots don't catch it, which sometimes ends in really, really funny stuff. Like, for example, when the Toho Komakyo announcement happened, I actually did like a little super quick cover of Chirino's Perfect Math Class, and even though I had the audio scrubbed, since I was singing it, YouTube got it, and now that one's copyrighted. And I think that's really funny. But you know what? I take it as a compliment. That just means that my singing was so great that they thought that it was the original. Of course it wasn't, but you know, it's still funny. Oh yeah, his eyes are like totally different, and also his face is rounder. Let me just fix it. You know what is one band that I would love to cover? It's Millie. I love Millie. And I would be so happy if they released the vocal versions of their songs so that I would be able to cover them. Especially some of like their older ones. But unfortunately, Millie, since they are now like an actual established band, they do not upload of vocals. I remember when the members of Millie actually did Vocaloid. Their main vocalist, Momo Casio, right now, she goes by her real name, which is Cassie Wei. She actually was a Vocaloid producer. And she released the vocals for all of her songs, and now she doesn't, and that makes me really sad. I know that obviously artists, musical artists, are on their right to not release the vocals, but I am biting at my, I'm biting my hands, not even my nails, at so many good songs that I hear and that I know that I won't be able to cover. Because I don't have the money to make like a bespoke instrumental, and so I just have to like hold myself back. Because I just want to sing your pretty songs, please. I really should start doing karaoke streams more often. The last time I did one was not years ago, but like probably last year? Before the Ghostathon, I believe. But regardless, I have not done a karaoke stream, and I should do a karaoke stream again, especially because it is so fun. I haven't joined karaoke nights on Crony's server for such a long time, but I need to do them again. Because, oh my goodness, they were so fun. They were so fun. And also, that's how I met a ton of like my friends from the Necronable server. And I believe that it would be so fun if I started doing so again. The only problem, of course, is that I still live with my parents and my mom is an early riser. Plus, also, she has very, very sensitive hearing. She is a very light sleeper, so I don't want to wake her up with my yowling. Because I decided to join karaoke nights. But I'll definitely try and do something for a karaoke stream. I remember Pomo, Tiny Sips, which is a VTuber that hasn't streamed in a while. She had a list that you could choose songs from that she already knew how to sing. I think that would be great because I have a limited range. I haven't had formal vocal training since I was 12 years old, and so some songs are just really difficult for me to sing. And I think that it would be good to have like a list so that people could choose the songs. And I wouldn't be caught with a song that I don't even know how it's played or how it's sung. I mean, I guess that since Melee right now is doing mostly video game songs, they have released more original songs recently, which makes me really excited because that means that maybe they're going to release a new originals album after 87 years. But I suppose since they are doing mostly video game soundtracks right now, they probably aren't allowed to upload off vocals, instrumentals for people to cover, but I mean, it will be so awesome. It will be so cool if they actually included instrumentals for their original songs for their albums. I guess I can just have some wishful thinking. Okay, there we go. Now this is Emil's face. Is this face proportional to Noel so that they match? Yes. For when you're doing characters on a lineup, if you are an artist or if you aspire to do more art yourself, I would recommend using one character, like making one character and using them as a reference. To make sure that you're keeping the proportions correctly and that you are actually like making sure that they match stylistically, especially if you're going for a specific visual story. And how did I learn that? Because I have Ever After High OCs, and some of them just literally do not look anything alike. Which is sad, because Ever After High has this very beautiful, lineups where you can see all of the characters, and all of them, they sort of like have their own like little interactions, and they are included between each other's as biographies to sort of immerse yourself in the story. And obviously I did not get the memo because some of these look nothing like each other, and I had to learn the hard way that I just had to like keep one or two characters as reference while I sketched, so that I would be able to actually make sure that they look like an Ever After High character. So let's see. This one isn't as bad as an Offender. I believe that the newer ones are not as bad. But for example, let's see, one of the older ones like Momoka. Let's see Lago. If you put those two together, they're gonna look nothing alike. Give me a second. Combine. Well, first of all, Momoka's already short. But look at that. They don't look like they are from the same universe. Or, well, they sort of do, but their proportions don't match to what people of their age plus proportionally would look like, and so it just gives off a very eerie contrast. Like, it doesn't really look like they fit inside the same universe. And of course, there's also the thing that Ever After High is a doll series, and as such, the male characters sort of get snubbed. They look real ugly. Or well, I'm not gonna say they look real ugly, because they do not objectively, but they definitely look like they had like less thought put in them in terms of like making a specific style and making them fit into this fairy tale universe. Especially once you go into like the later seasons or the later doll releases. If stupid Alistair Wonderland. I still hate that Alistair Wonderland and I share the same birthday. I think that it is evil and fucked up. But regardless, Alistair Wonderland, his design is such like... It looks like wet bread compared to the other girl characters from his line, which are the Wonderland characters. Also, it's no problem, Space Wizard, and look, you got a holy coffee bean. You are now blessed by the Pope, so go write a fanfic on AO3. You guys know that the Pope reads AO3? I am obviously... I mean... You know what? No, I am going in with the flow. The Pope definitely reads yaoi fanfic on AO3. And also, apparently, AO3 implemented an AI safekeeping option, in which basically when you copy directly from a chatbot, and you are using the rich text editor on AO3, that means that you're going to have the formatting. Oh no, that was the last Pope Hex. I mean the new Pope Leo. The one that is technically from the US, but he doesn't claim the US as his country. He says it himself that he's more Peruvian than anything. But no, that was Pope Francis, which was cool. And also he didn't play Undertale technically. Game Theory, MadPat did give him a copy of Undertale, but it was more like a symbolic gesture towards like the message of the game. Because of course the message of Undertale is that there is always like a peaceful way of resolving conflict, which, you know, it does line up with like what should be the message of Catholicism. But this new pope is like, writers should not use AI, and also you should totally like go and produce more art and produce more writings and just like do more stuff by yourself, because a core part of art is like its own humanity. That is what makes it so special. So yeah, anyways, we just played with it, and now the Pope Leo writes on AO3. Or well, not writes it, Pope Leo reads AO3. I'm sure that he loves those Jesus X Judas fanfics. I mean, who doesn't? And it's really, really funny because recently AO3, Archive of Our Own, in their newest update, to avoid and to flag works that were made with AI, they made it so that if a specific line of HTML that is present on some AI chatbots is included into the fanfic or the specific writing on AO3, it'll actually turn the entire page red. And this just spawned a ton of controversy because you see, people didn't know that until they saw the devlog. And the devlog isn't something, oh my goodness, we're in! We're in! Let's go! Oh my god! 5 foot and a half. Uses mirror pronouns. I don't know how mirror pronouns work. I'm gonna go with they, them just to be safe. Yeah, I'm gonna put them in here so that I don't get kicked out again. I guess Emil is gonna have to wait for their reference to be finished, because it is ARTFIGHT time, guys. I'm so sorry, Emil. I'll come back to you later. But now it is time to fight. Slug Sona time, let's go. Honestly, I feel like Shakira fans that don't listen to her discography in Spanish are losing on so many bangers. Maybe I'm addicted to you. Maybe I'm addicted to you. Oh my goodness, I don't know what to troll, but they're so cute. What if I do a little sneeze? AKA snail kiss. But as I said, ARTFIGHT is just like a very good way of sort of like working your creative juices, your creative muscles, because you are given so many variety in terms of like characters and artists and styles and themes, etc. And I didn't say this at first because I forgot, but most of the characters that I have bookmarked are actually characters that I found through the random character selection. So that means that all of the characters that you're going to see here are characters that I just randomly found while browsing through the pages. Which also means that I am going to find so many other characters that I probably wouldn't have found if I had just like gone on like searching myself. Because of course, as much as I try not to be, I'm always going to have an implicit bias. A little snugtail. Yeah, that's just something that happens. By the way, you can actually see subscriptions for the people that I follow and see if they have uploaded new characters. I really want to do more pony art. I miss doing pony art and I miss doing furry art. But yeah, this is also helps a lot because, as I said, I take so much time doing art. I mean, how many hours have I taken doing Emil's sketch? It's been an hour and a half, and I have only done this because I have like drawn and redrawn this so much. Maple, hello. What are you doing? We're doing ARTFIGHT right now. Have you been able to get into the website? I had to get into a queue, and it took us quite literally almost the entire stream to get inside the website so that I would be able to get a reference to draw for ARTFIGHT. Yeah, I'm just doing attacks. We're arting, we're fighting. Let's go. Wow, yippee. Yeah, I mean, dude, I was already inside the website, but I suppose since I was AFK, I got kicked out. And I had to get back in a queue, and that queue lasted for fucking ever. Literally, to get to this Luxona page, which is the one that I'm going to do an attack for right now, I had to wait for like 40 minutes. Yeah, 40 minutes, because we got into the website at like 8:40 p.m. And so at like 8:40 p.m. and it is now 9:46. Yippee! Yeah, it has been a struggle. I don't remember it being as bad last time I participated, but then again, last time I participated was 4 years ago. Maybe it's because this is the first ARTFIGHT that we're doing, where it's 3 teams instead of 2. We're going into Splatoon 3 territory. Yeah, have you been able to start up on some attacks, or are you just waiting for the website to like... Or are you just, have you just been taken into like Cloudflare Hell, where you're just Night Axis? Oh, you're doing Anthrocon, right! I forgot! When is Anthrocon, by the way? It is next weekend, I believe, or is it this weekend? But I hope that you're able to get some stuff in for ARTFIGHT before you like plop and die because of Anthrocon. Dude, every single time I go to a big con like that, and even when I'm boothing, I get so sick afterwards. My immune system is quite literally 3 pieces of lint and a paperclip. So, whenever I do anything that has to do with like being with a big amount of people, I already anticipate having to be sick for like 3 days afterwards. Yeah, I hope that you have fun at Anthrocon, by the way. Man, I'm so jealous of people of the US because they have so many cons that they are able to go to throughout the year, and I have one. And by the way, I live in like the quote-unquote big city of the country where you're supposed to have like all of like the like the huge amount of like people, and like it's like all of the alternative people come in and conglomerate, and you've got like all the big cons, and it is just one. It is quite literally 2 cons, and getting to booth there is so expensive. And I mean, I do technically have another con. It is not really a con, it is more like an art fair that I can apply to every year, but the chances of me getting in are obviously going to be slim because I am competing against a lot of other artists that want to booth there, and it is a very limited space. But yeah, I hope that you have so much more fun with Anthrocon, and I hope that you don't get sick like me. I hope that you don't get cursed by the con gods. By the way, I did see that you were preparing a fursuit. Are you going to wear a fursuit to Anthrocon? Or is that project not going to be finished by the time that you guys, like, go there? I mean, I assume that it probably is not going to be ready by the time you go to Anthrocon because first it's take a shit ton of time to make. But I did see that you guys were already like getting some materials in, and they look really nice. I want to get a fursuit someday, but I'm already way too nervous to go to a con. No, yeah, I get you. I love cosplaying, but going to a con while in cosplay is so scary. It's so scary. I am not used to the attention. I know that like part of the fun of like going to a con in cosplay is when like you can like get pictures taken and stuff by people who do like con photography, but dude, I don't want to be perceived. I don't wanna be perceived. That is so scary. I just wanna go on my little cosplay and like do little like as if I was just going through Halloween, and nobody asked for pictures ever. By the way, is the Natters asking like you're going to the con on a fursuit or the or agreeing with X? I mean, as far as I know, you have already boothed a lot. You have gone to cons before, and I know that because you did like my little ghosty on your windshield or like on your window area for your car when you went, I believe, to FurryCon last year, or was it earlier this year? I don't remember. Why do I feel like this audio is getting is way too sensitive? I'm gonna have to check out my audio again, my audio sources, to see if maybe something happened because I don't remember it being this sensitive. And I don't know why, but for some reason, whenever I start streaming, my nose just decides that it is going to produce the most boogers ever. Oh, the little tail is so cute. Also, by the way, I love the hairstyle that they have. It is sort of like a Gumi McBoy hairstyle. I love that hairstyle. If I wasn't so insecure, I'd definitely rock a hairstyle like that. No me encuentre, no haré por tu alma. Oye, traicionera, aunque yo me muera. Aunque no me encuentre, rogaré por tu alma. By the way, I do wonder if I even would be able to do art streams with a VTuber model, because I tend to just like put my hand over my face while I'm drawing. I hold my face with with my hands while I draw, and I feel like that would cover up a ton of the like capture area, right? Especially because look at them, that was so cute. Wait, no, that's not what I want. I'm not able to watch things well like that. But yeah, it's going to be a little sneeze. Yo me muera, me encuentre rogaré por tu alma. Oye, traicionero, aunque yo me muera, aunque no me encuentre rogaré por tu alma. I really like characters that include more like body hair and stretch marks on their designs. It just makes me feel so happy. You know, something that happened is that while I was working on a commission that I cannot show because I do have an NDA, I actually was doing the character that I was drawing has the love handles and they've got like a little tummy, and when my mom looked at that, she actually got so happy because she is plus size. And she had like never like seen me draw any character for my commissions that actually was plus size, and she got really happy, and I think that's beautiful. I like seeing my mom happy. Controversial opinion, I like it when my mom is happy. I feel happy when my mom is happy. Aside and see you're okay. You know, I have been, well, as an artist, you're always like just imagining things to draw, or at least I imagine always things to draw. I have a very active imagination when it comes to that. But I was talking to Salu, and the thing about my YouTube channel is that you guys see that I have a pretty hefty amount of subscribers. I have 1.7k, but the whole reason I have so many subscribers in the first place is because of an animatic that I made in 2018. I was 17 years old, quite literally just starting university, I believe. And I just made it because, like, the whole Hamilton animatic craze was happening at that time. I mean, not necessarily during that time, because Hamilton released a couple of years earlier. But regardless, it was still going pretty strong. So I decided I'm just gonna make a Neville and animatic with my Ever After High OCs and see how it goes, and it fucking exploded. It has 500k views, and I panicked and I archived it because I I don't like having that many attention on me. But regardless, I was talking to Salu back when he was working on more debut stuff, so it was when he was still pre-debut. I was like, yeah, so I hate doing animatics. I really, really hate it, but I like making little movies in my head. And also, this one time, this animatic like blew up, and I panicked and I archived it because people were following me just for that. And the thing about my channel is that it's mostly speed paints and covers. So, the contrast on views just made me feel really bummed, especially because I was miserable making that animatic. Because I do not like very repetitive Well, I do like repetitive tasks, but when it comes to drawing something over and over again, it does get me pretty antsy. It does make me really annoyed. So I was very miserable doing animatics. That is also part of the reason why any comic series that I start, I just end up abandoning. It's because I am miserable at it. But regardless, I was talking to him about that, and I was like, yeah, so I did a vote when I reached like 100k views. And people voted for me to make another animatic. Yeah, I wanna do that. And you know what Salu said? He was like, you should do another animatic. I think that you totally should. I was like, but Salu, I hate doing that. But then he was like, well, but you said that you have like little movies in your head. Make them real. Make them happen. Let your dreams become a reality. And he's so sweet. And the thing is that I am actually seriously considering it, just because the brainworms of making like more stuff with my OCs, or just like making like actually like more complex projects are coming back. But the thing is that I remember being so miserable whenever I do more complex projects. Like, I loved working on the Omori fansign project. I'm still really proud of what we were able to achieve, and even though we didn't gather that many funds for the flower language fanzine, which was another fanzine project that I leaded, I still was very proud of the end result. But by God, my cortisol levels, I aged like 10 years just doing those projects, especially because I made the very great mistake with Requiem, the Omori fansign project, of just doing everything myself. Like, all of the planning, all of the social media, all of the layout creation, and all of the everything. I was like, you know what? I am a big boy at my age of like freshly 18 years old. Wait, no, at like freshly 20 years old, I'm sure that I can handle a large scale fanzine project. I'm sure that I can totally do that by myself and totally not do any help. And while I did end up pulling it off, oh my god. Oh god. I still remember the amount of stress that I was in during that time, and I'm like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth it? And then, of course, there is the animatic, which I just did for the funsies. And while I am proud of the animatic, the amount of attention I got was quite literally so stressful. I know that now that I am like more stable when in terms of my mental health, I might be able to handle it. But there is a reason why I joke that part of the reason why I am called the blanket ghost is because I just ghost anybody once I get like a morsel of attention. I am terrified of being perceived. And I think that I have already told this story, but I was fairly popular in the Star vs. the Force of Evil fandom. Not like super popular, but I did manage to get like a 2k people following back in the day. And yeah, I just deleted that account. I managed to get like 2k followers, and then I like lost all interest on my Star vs. the Force of Evil AU. Not only because of the finale, but because I just felt so many eyes on me that I was terrified. Not to mention that, of course, when you're doing fandom stuff, it can be very difficult to actually create like an audience for your own art that isn't related to said fandom. It can be really hard, and it can also be really discouraging. And guys, I was not having it. I was in a very bad state back then, and I just don't think it's worth it. But regardless, maybe one day I will be able to I don't know, handle getting like more than 10 people look at me and not elaborate. Oh no, I am just happy being small. I like being small and happy. And I don't know why. Goodbye, I wanna say goodbye. Mr. Taxi, 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 chicken, gypsy, gypsy, gypsy. Mr. Taxi, 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 chicken, gypsy, gypsy, gypsy. Man, I forget that the lyrics that I know of this song are the Japanese ones, because this one, I remember it being one of like the first Girls' Generation Japanese single that they released, and so I only remember the lyrics on the Japanese version. Because here's the thing, I know that K-pop groups usually release different versions in different languages to grow their fandoms, but the thing is that if I listen to each like one song in a specific language, I get married to that one version, and I am not able to listen to any other versions that isn't that one. Just because I am silly like that. And if I listen to the other language version, whether it is Korean, Japanese, or English, I'm like, this doesn't sound correct. It sounds weird. And so I am just quite literally married to the Japanese version of Mr. Taxi, but I wasn't able to find it on Spotify to put it on my like playlist. By the way, I know that some people tend to ask for my playlist, for my Spotify playlist that I use for streams. Guys, it is quite literally just my liked songs. It is just my liked songs on random order, and I have 3,106 songs right now. And some of them have been taken out of the platform, either because the owner of the song was of the platform and didn't pay their dues to have it hosted. They didn't pay their hosting fees. Or they just decided to remove their older song so that the older fans can suffer for it. But I understand some people really like it, but I don't know how I'll be able to make a playlist out of like those 300. Those 3,100 songs that I have. So sorry. I do have a playlist that I made that is like ghosts liked songs, in which I just dumped all of my liked songs into one playlist so that you guys would be able to have it in some shape or form. But the thing is that since my music taste is yes, that means that it is already outdated. It quite literally was outdated the moment that I gave it to you guys, because I immediately started putting in more songs. So I might have to update it again. And by might, I mean that I totally should, because I have already added at least 100 more songs to that. Oh, they have like little knitting hands. This is great for me who hates drawing hands with a passion. I think that for artists, there's always just like, it's either feet or hands that we struggle with. For me, it is both. I have gotten better at hands, but with the added caveat that now I am awful at feet. And this is why I just quite literally just draw mittens. This is it. Noelle's shoes are drawn really good, but that is because I used a reference. Which also reminds me, maybe I should start using references more often. Who would have thunk it that using references actually helps your creative process and actually helps you draw things more accurately? Who would have thunk it? Literally. And also, speaking of references, I don't know if you guys have seen like the most recent drama of DDLC, not DDLC, but the most recent drama on like the art community, but people have been flaming an artist for drawing like more realistic DDLC girls, and just like making them look like normal teenage girls. And people are like, "Oh my goodness, the Tokis don't look kawaii enough. You made them look like men." And I just, guys, I almost cried at those comments. Why? Because when I was a teenager, I had friends who look like that. I might as well have looked like that. I unfortunately don't have many pictures of myself, but I most likely I remember looking like that myself. They just look like normal teenage girls, and people are just shaming these artists who practically. I'm pretty sure that that specific artist modeled one of the girls' face after hers, and they're being like, "Oh, you look, the Dokis look like men. This is just woke agenda, putting men's faces on like the Dokis. Just look like men like this." And I'm like, okay, you haven't seen a singular teenage girl in your life because they look normal. They look like normal teenage girls, and it just makes me feel so sad on the artist's behalf and also on behalf of any other like regular teenage girl that comes across all of this controversy, because not everyone is going to look like a model on the internet that we are used to seeing due to these influx of social media. Nobody's going to look like that on the daily, and it just makes me feel so bad because those comments are targeting features that a lot of teenage girls have, and teenage girls are already insecure enough. Like, they quite literally do not need any more harassment from internet strangers who think that they are art master supreme. And while I was talking to my mom about it, because we were at the house and I like came across the controversy while I was at my grandparents' house, and I was browsing and looking at different images to show her. I almost cried. I almost cried because people are so cruel. People are so mean. But either way, I just got really sad on the artist's behalf, especially because now there are people quote unquote fixing their art, like, and basically erasing like any strong feature that so many girls have. And just makes me feel so bad because obviously this artist is super talented. Their knowledge of facial expressions and features and proportions is so good, and people are just so used to these like blown up anime proportions or all of these filters and makeup that people use to change their regular schmegular features that now they don't accept that maybe the Dokis looking like regular teenage girls is like a very valid interpretation of the work, especially because the Dokis are teenage girls. They're like 16, 17-year-old girls. What are we doing? They're not supposed to look like models because they are not models. They're girls who are in a literature club. And I don't even think like any of them reference using makeup or like liking makeup. So what are we doing? Hello, White Clone. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm sorry that you caught me in the middle of a round. But, yeah, that whole situation is really fucked up, and I hope that the artist is not having a hard time. Or a harder time because of these internet trolls. I'm super sleepy. Oh no! What time is it in your area? Right now, for me, it is 10:12 p.m. And I hope that you're doing good. We're doing some ARTFIGHT attacks right now. This is going to be my first attack because I quite literally only was able to get into the website about like 20 minutes ago, even though I was in the queue for an hour. What time is it? What time is it in your area? 4:15. No! No! I mean, I also said that, but I did go to sleep at 5:30 a.m. in the morning yesterday. I quite literally have no... I cannot shame you because I am the problem. I am also the problem. Yeah, I hope that you are able to grab some sleep. I hope that you manage to have a nice sleep if you're able to sleep through the morning. Like if you're able to sleep in. I hope that you're able to do that because it's very late, or shall I say, very early. But yeah. Also, ads start in 1 minute. They'll be 3 minutes long, and I'll be taking a small break to grab some more water since I am already out. Then feel free to go to the bathroom, grab a snack, grab a drink, go piss. And yeah, I'll be putting up the Be Right Back stream so that you guys can play some words. And of course, thank you so much to Poppin for popping in and say hi. And I hope you have a nice night and a restful sleep. God, God knows I need one of those. Guys, please do not read The Summer He Could Have Died fanfiction until 5:30 a.m. in the morning. It's not healthy. Do not follow my example. Hey, ad break just started. I'll be going to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Blah! Damn. I wasn't lying when I said that my music taste was yes, by the way. As you guys can very clearly assess. Honestly, if I if I was thankful for one thing about PewDiePie, is that I am thankful that he introduced me to Narasay at Wonderland. Not Narasay at Wonderland, Narasay at Day at Disneyland. That it is a pretty good. They're a very good artist. You know, I know that a lot of people say that if I hate line art so much, I should probably just go to like straight up rendering, but I really like clean lines. I really like just. I don't like the process of inking, but I do like how my work looks like once it's inked and rendered. And as much as I know that I should probably like try and like find the workaround so that I am able to optimize my art and actually enjoy the process more, sometimes I like suffering. And I think that should be allowed as an artist. Then again, some artists insist on still doing cross-hatching themselves, even though there are tools for that and textures for that. So I suppose we all have our little, not guilty pleasures, but definitely our little, like, mini trade-offs that we do when we do art. Time is passing by, leave me around. One leading the sky, and one stuck in the ground. I'm really excited for Rock Contour to release a new album. He just released a new song for Father's Day, which apparently is like his first single for his newest album, and I'm so happy. He finally came back from the Disney Lullabies war. I mean, no shade to him. Get that back, but I was really masochistic. What do you mean the mission? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Look, my work when it's line arted, it looks so nice, it looks so polished, it looks so pretty. Stop attacking me. It's cool. But yeah, I am really excited because that just means that, guys, it might be 2014 again. Millie is releasing a new album. Rob Cantor is releasing a new album. Igarashi no Nakakoroni is getting another adaptation. I mean, Tohoku Makyo is coming out again, so maybe we are in the 2000s, but the thing about the 2000s is that in the 2000s, Millie didn't exist. So I cannot make that comparison. And also, Tally Hole wasn't broken up yet, because Joe Hawley's still hadn't, unfortunately, developed schizophrenia. So if it were the 2000s again, we will be getting a Tally Hole comeback, and I would be the happiest little guy on earth. I do sometimes wonder how Joe Hawley's going. He's coming along. But yeah, who would have thunk it? When you're actually inspired, you finish your work really, really quick. Then again, this was a very rare day in which I woke up with like full spoons of energy, which is very rare for me. Usually I am chronically exhausted all the time due to my anemia. course, it is a little sneeze. I love it. By the way, sneeze, it is written SNISS because it is a snail kiss. I also have been told by friends that are really good at rendering that if I want to get better at rendering, I should make my line art more simple. Which I suppose that also means that if I end up simplifying my line art, I'll also be able to improve my work time. And that way I may learn not to loathe it. Plus also giving the added effect of me also improving my rendering, because I have been feeling a little bit dissatisfied with my current rendering process. I don't feel like it looks that good, so that might be also food for thought. Don't you love it when your thoughts are fed? Or finally getting some nourishment after only watching AI generated TikTok stories about how I reincarnated after being killed by my jealous sister because I married the hot alpha CEO. God, why are there so many AI stories about that? I don't get it. And I have been trying so hard to get them out of my FYP too. I quite literally report them or put them as like not interested. I block the pages and everything, and they just appear again. It's like a stupid flag. Maybe if I learn twinning, animation won't be as grueling. But I will like twinning. I like suffering, so I like making frame by frame animations. But I don't know that twinning is possible in CSP. It's definitely possible. Jumping, oh, stumbling, oh, and oh, rumbling, oh, come see, cushion falling in love. Also, maybe it's because the proportions of this character are sort of like similar to my chibis that it doesn't feel as difficult to, or it doesn't feel as exhausting to shade as if, say, they were a full body character, like this one. Oh, Pamela, oh, oh, Pamela, oh, come see, cause I'm falling in love. Yeah, I thought that maybe I should start with something really wholesome for ARTFIGHT because things are going to get a little bit grim. I mean, I am in the mystery team after all. I gotta start amping the spook factor. Yeah, look. This is like very, very simple line art. I'm quite literally cringing at myself looking at it because it is so much simpler than the line art that I usually do. For reference, let me just open one of my finished art files. Let's see. Probably one of a commission. Commissions probably are. They have been what I've been focusing the most on. So, 2026. Let's open, say, Ebby's commission and remove the rendered layers. And all of the extra background layers so that you guys can see. Usually this is what my line art looks like. Which is obviously way more complex than this line art. Like, look at this. So yeah, maybe that might have something to do with me not enjoying the line art process. Maybe. But I don't like making assumptions. You never know. Wait, why is this not working? There we go. Oh, wait, I just found the... That's cool, I'll fix it. I don't know if you guys know, but there is this one thing in art that makes things look real bad without you noticing, and it is when lines accidentally like converge like this. It looks uncanny, so I'm gonna fix that soon. Once I'm done cleaning up the holes for the base colors. But yeah, maybe I should start simplifying my line art process. Maybe that would be better for my health. But also, line art pretty. Line art, cool. I miss when Monsieur Perinet used to do more like swing stuff like this. They no longer do that as much. They have gone a more poppy route, which I mean, of course, is their right. But you know, I prefer a little bit more spice in my music. I am an alt ghosty at heart. Oh god, this song. I really love Alien Stage. And oh wait, Jelly! Hello! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid! What the hell? Ooh, what are you doing, Art? What were you doing? What were you doing? I'm gonna have to require some art tags, please. Links are enabled, by the way, so I am going to be needing some art tags because if you're doing art, I need to feed my wisps some very good art. But hello, how did you do? What were you drawing? I hope that you had a nice stream. If you need to raid and run, feel free to do so. You were also doing art fight attacks. Let's go. What is your team right now? Do I follow you in art fight? What is your team? Send me your art fight link, and then we can juke it out. But yeah, I'm also working on art fight attacks. I don't know if you had the... Oh, you're in comedy, let's go! I see, you are my enemy. I believe that we will be enemies for the remainder of this month, unfortunately. Or perhaps fortunately. I am Team Mystery! Because you see, I am spooky and I am a ghost. Yeah, well, I'm doing my first ever attack for somebody in Team Tragedy. Wait, no, on Team Comedy. On Team Comedy, but apparently they have their character. I'm also adding like a little cameo to the character that they're shipped with, which is on Team Tragedy. Yippee! But yeah, yeah. Oh no! God damn it! Not again! I don't know how much luck you've been having getting into the ARTFIGHT website, but I entered the queue to get into the ARTFIGHT website to get this character as reference at 9 p.m. my time, which was an hour and a half ago. No, actually not 9 p.m. at 8:40 p.m. And I finally got to get into the website and exit the queue at 9:30-ish. So, I was just in the queue for about more than half an hour. Almost an hour. It was totally not cool. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you so much. I'll definitely not check out your page and attack you or anything. That's not going to happen. Totally not. I think that I forgot my introduction though. But yeah, for anybody who does not know me and came in from Jellybean's channel, I am a blanket. No, I am a ghost of the blanket variety, and I am a part-time freelance illustrator and full-time hunting expert. Right now, I am also working on my first ever art fight attack. While we were waiting on the queue, I was also working on OC references, so that way I would be able to at least shoot two birds with one stone during the stream. I had to find my computer to get in on the queue. It said was an hour wait, and I clicked off an accident and then opened back up. Oh my god, you're so lucky! The wait time is insane! The wait time is evil! I have this whole stream, and not just this whole stream, basically all day, ever since ARTFIGHT started, I have not been able to enter the page. And if I have, the loading time was so bad because the traffic was so high that I was barely able to just check in and see other people's arts, and also take a couple of screenshots of my bookmarks to make sure that I would be able to at least have something to reference so that I would be able to attack. Just for that link, I got in right away. So true, actually. Wait, why am I in? Oh my goodness. You might be the luckiest person ever because I just got in immediately. Let me see. I wanna see your characters. I'm totally not going to bookmark them or anything. Oh, they're so cute. But yeah, I am Team Mystery. This profile picture is ancient, by the way. This is my profile. I need to learn more CSS and HD. Oh, okay, this image is broken now. Yippee! I want to reload it in case I get kicked out again. Yeah. These are super quick, the super quick additions, because I haven't done ARTFIGHT in 4 years until now. I'm totally not going to bookmark some of these and attack you later. That would be so rude of me. Put my beta variant there this year. Oh my goodness, let's go. I did also put my little ghost. I also did put my VTuber model in as well. I don't know. I think that it would be really cute if more VTubers joined ARTFIGHT, but I do know that that would be difficult if they're not artists, because they wouldn't be able to actually contribute. But ARTFIGHT is so fun regardless. It's always fun to welcome in new people. 2 of my friends are also doing ARTFIGHT for the first time, and I am so excited to attack them. Especially because one of them called their character Onar. Because the current brain rot of our friend group is just the Onar, Cleor, the condensation. And since we do have a lot of Australian and New Zealand and Tasmanian friends, that means that we can just annoy them with the Onar, Cleor. I do know that one of my friends already got one attack, and I was so surprised. I know that people usually thumbnail some of their attacks ahead of time, but I like to raw dog it. I only start doing attacks once ARTFIGHT starts. Because I am silly like that. I am sad though because not many of my artist friends have done ARTFIGHT this year. And I was really excited because I thought that a ton of my friends would do ARTFIGHT because of the current themes right now. Theme comedy, tragedy, and mystery. That's sort of basically my friend group. I have so many friends that are just quite literally clowns. Not because, they're like clowns, but because they have their own clown sonas. I was so sure that they would, go and do team comedy. And I also have friends who just like to torture their OCs and make them as miserable as possible. And I was so sure that they would go on and do team tragedy. because it is a very cool theme. I don't usually do art fight, as I said. This is my first time in 4 years. But if I like the themes enough, I join in. And this time the themes, obviously, they just really tickled me. They're really fun. And I assume that the reason why ARTFIGHT is definitely so much bigger right now this year than compared to the other years, or at least from what I remember, is probably because this is the first time that we're doing a 3-way ARTFIGHT. You know, we're going the Splatoon route. I'm really excited about that. Though I am wondering if they'll continue that for next year, or if this is just like a one-time thing to celebrate Splatoon Raiders coming out. By the by, I know that I have said that I do not want to get a Switch 2. I feel like it is kind of a waste of money. But, Splatoon Raiders. I love Splatoon 3 so much. I loved, Deep Cut. They are my favorite out of the idol bands, and now I'm gonna have to suffer through the fact that it is not available for Switch 1, and I'm gonna have to miss on all the fun adventures. Especially because I actually made myself a little Splatoon Sona for myself, and I made myself a little fictional band. That's also like a 3-way band, just because I love Splatoon 3 so much. And now I can't use it because I don't know the plot of Raiders. And also the fact that unfortunately, because there is a monopoly for Nintendo products in Latin America, that means that the people who sell Nintendo products hike up the prices to the fact that it is actually egregious. I don't know how expensive the Nintendo Switch 2 is right now, but yeah, here in Colombia it's $750. I'm not even exaggerating, it is $750. And given the fact that I am actually spending most of my money, actually I have spent all of my money getting parts for my new computer, since this idiot gamer laptop is quite literally boiling itself alive, I feel like it would be a better investment to get a really good PC with good parts that I could actually take advantage of than an overpriced console for the novelty of it. But you know what? Besides from that, I am just really happy about like all of the games that are going to be releasing this year. I am really excited for Rhythm Haven. I was not allowed to have very many consoles when I was a child. I only had the original PlayStation and an Xbox 360. And also a Nintendo 3DS, so I missed a lot of releases, and that of course includes Rhythm Heaven. And I am a very big fan of rhythm games, or at least I was when I was a teenager. So this is the very first time that I will actually be able to play a Rhythm Heaven game on release. And I have already played the demo. I kind of suck ass at the last 2 mini games, but I just really like it. I like just the whole like Rhythm Heaven style of gameplay, especially because it is so simple. It is quite literally max 2 buttons. 2 buttons, yeah. And not only that, but also I just find the remixes to be just really charming. And of course, some of those songs that they added in there are certified bangers. They're gonna go triple platinum once they release on Nintendo Music. Or, well, when I definitely get the MP3 files legally, because that is something that I do. I am a very law-abiding citizen that I would never download music legally. But aside from that, well, of course, I have already fangirled done over Toho Komakyo. I am so excited. We're finally getting a Toho game officially localized after 30 years. And not only that, but it is the first Windows game, so it is like the beginning of a new era, especially because Komakyo, since it was released for the Windows 2000 system, I believe, it is very unstable. There is a VOD where I played Toho Komakyo for like 45 minutes on my PC, just to like get my mind away from the current situation in my country. And as you can see, I cannot minimize the game because it crashes. That is how unstable the original Komakyo is. So I'm really, really excited that we're going to be able to get a an official localized version. And it is also just a very, very big step because Sun before had expressed no desire to release his games internationally, or at least have them translated officially. So this just is just a very, very, very cool thing to happen for us Western Toho fans who usually have to consume the media through fan translations and through unofficial patches, which, I totally did not accidentally download a virus when I tried downloading the language patches for Komakyo. That would be crazy. Oh, hey, speaking of Toho, the rain. This is unfortunately from a circle that, as far as I'm aware, is no longer producing music, but the person that specifically made this one, who is actually Sysmix, they're a DJ that, even though I didn't even know through Toho, I actually learned about them because of their debut album, Buddhism. I ended up just adoring the Toho remixes that he made during his time within Toho Dojin circles. And unfortunately, he has retired, or at least has retired from the Sysmic pseudonym, because I have not heard of him, or nor have heard any music of him in the recent years. But some of his music is just so iconic to me, especially because this song was once one of the bundled songs that came with Us. Us as in the rhythm game. And I didn't even know that he made Toho music. That was the first time that I ever heard that he made it. It was just so cool. I know that Toho has always been like this very, very big part of the internet, but it only just comes to show how popular it was, that even though DJ that I just learned about and that I didn't even like know was related to Toho in the first place came into my feed, I enjoyed his music, and then I opened Us, and there it was, like his song that he made for specifically for the game, and with the Toho circle that he used to belong to. I don't know, it just makes me feel so happy that for the internet sort of has like this through line, this like connective tissue with a game series that I just have come to love so much. It's so silly and fun, and has such gorgeous music and adorable art and charming characters. No, it just makes me feel happy. Yeah, this is a better shading color, I believe. And another thing that I just really love about the whole remix circles, just as much as like I love about the Vocaloid community, is that they also release vocals so that you can make your own covers. You can contribute in your own way to this specific community without needing that much like experience or musical talent. I think that's really cool. I love it when people just make things like more accessible and allow people to just sort of like have like their own creative interpretations. I think that it's really cool. Which reminds me, I still really, really, really want to find some now that I could do the Necromantic cover for. Because I feel like Necromantic is such a good song, but by God, I do not know how to rap. I do not know how to rap. I need somebody that knows how to rap to please like carry me over that song. And by the way, if I do that song, I'm definitely going to dedicate it to my bulky male wife, Enki and Karian. And you know what's really cool? I didn't even know until now, but there are people that make Toho OCs, but, I mean, obviously there's always going to be OC making when it comes to, like, fandom culture, but I didn't even know that they actually made, like, original themes and stuff for them, and I was like, wow! You make your own themes, your own musical themes for your Toho OCs, and, like, replicate it into the video game. That is so cool! You mentioned the ARTFIGHT not counting yet, or did I mishear earlier? Oh no, basically, what happened is that the ARTFIGHT website right now is just pretty much overwhelmed. So this has been the first time that it's happened to me. But basically, since the ARTFIGHT website was so overwhelmed, it was very difficult to actually get into the website and look up references. So when I started stream, I entered the ARTFIGHT website, and after a couple of errors, I was able to get into the queue. And yeah, it took me an hour to actually get into the website through the queue. So I was able to get in there. As for what I was talking about, maybe that you misheard, is basically that a ton of my friends that I wanted to do ARTFIGHT with this year are not doing ARTFIGHT. So that means that I won't be able to, like, attack them and gain points for my team. Because only the artists that participate on ARTFIGHT are going to be counted for ARTFIGHT, obviously. But there's also a ton of friends who are also doing ARTFIGHT. So, I suppose it just all depends on, like, what I'm doing at the moment. But yeah, that was basically it. It's just that the page, the ARTFIGHT page has been down for a little bit. But I was able to get in. Thankfully. Yeah, this is just going to be, like, very simply rendered. Because time is of the essence on ARTFIGHT. I do have a ton of OCs that I want to draw, so I might as well not get too caught up on doing super complex rendering. Yeah, I know. I just really love fan spaces because it if you manage to get yourself into a really good like group of friends, like you manage to like find your own space in there, it's just so fun. And the love that people have for media is just so beautiful. Oh yeah, the queue is insane. The queue is absolutely insane. I am so sorry. I feel your pain so much. I hear it and I know. Know you wanna take me home. When your heart goes get me home, and get to your heart goes. I hear it and I know. No, you wanna take me home. And get to know me close. When your heart goes. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I have already been kicked out just because I have not been active on the page. Oh yeah, I've totally been kicked out. The loading time is already an indicator. Yeah, I believe that doing like this very simple cell shading is the answer so that I am able to go through attacks without getting too overwhelmed. Like I often do during during art fight. And again, this art fight is going to be an exercise for me to get faster at art, so things might get more detailed as I go on, as I find like my own rhythm. But I do want to streamline my process, and this is a good way to do so. Yippee! Of infinite mirror. Honestly, this might be a very good like exercise for me to like do some like hand warming. Hand warming. I don't think like that's the word, but like some warm-ups before I start working on commissions, just doing some small attacks, some small art fight attacks. Yeah. You know, it is really interesting how many memes have sprung up from Miracle Musical and Hallie Hole, and people are none the wiser. And me as a fan, when I hear it, I'm just like that neuron activation monkey. Like yeah, you know, like this one. I think I spoke over it. Give me a second. Boing. There it is. But yeah, this was a very popular meme a couple, I believe like a year ago. And people didn't know that this was Miracle Musical. I was like, what do you mean you don't know Miracle Musical? What do you mean you don't know Peak? Of another man. Dude, this Lady's Gaga song is so good. I quite literally thought that maybe she had like hired somebody, like a Michael Jackson impersonator or something, to do the lines, but then I listened to it closer and I was like, oh my goodness, that is actually Lady Gaga. She's just doing that. Oh, she's just such a great vocalist. And people don't often give her credit because she is a pop girly, but she has such a gorgeous voice. Sing in the shadow of a man. I did Frida. Frida has been outside of my room for this whole stream, and I have no idea why. I wonder if it's because I'm yapping so much that she is not having it right now. But usually she likes to stay with me when I'm doing streams, especially if I take long. But I suppose she must be angry at me because I had to. Oh shit! I did it in the wrong layer! There we go. I suppose maybe it's because I had to brush her little chinny chin chin because she unfortunately is developing feline acne. So I want to get on top of that as soon as possible. So I bought one of those like very soft little like exfoliation pads that you use for your face that are sort of like very soft silicone brushes, and use that to brush her chin chin. And she doesn't exactly like it, but she doesn't exactly hate it. Regardless, she is a very bitter kitty cat, and if I touch her slightly wrong, she will call the police on me. So she probably is mad that I made her uncomfortable with the new brushing that I gotta do. Then again, she also just doesn't like brushing in general, which is so interesting to me. Because she loves it when I have long nails, and I just basically brush the hair off with my nails. But no, if it is with her specific de-shedding brush, she hates it. And she will whine no matter what, even if I am really, really soft. Which again, very surprising, because she loves it when I scratch her all over. I guess she just doesn't like the feeling of the brush, but I am as gentle as possible. Regarding also the fact that I do need to put in a little bit of pressure so that the brush actually does its job. But yeah, I suppose she only likes brushing when it is 100% hands. And I know that there are some brushes that quote unquote emulate hand, or like being groomed by a mama cat, but she hates those brushes. She doesn't like the feeling of them. So I don't know. Maybe she has some unresolved mommy issues. I have always had the suspicion that she was the runt of her litter, because she was very, very sickly when she was little. Blooding something. Ugh. Blooding something? Maybe. Honestly, she was just in the living room laying there. I don't know why she decided to just stay there. In fact, I'm pretty sure she's still there, because she isn't in the bedroom right now. She isn't in the room right now with me. She might be plotting my murder. Oh, hi there, baby girl. You back? Do you not hate me anymore? Oh shit. I don't know why, but my tablet has been having. I think that it's the pen actually. Maybe the pen's nib is already torn off. But my strokes have been getting a little bit longer than I would want to. Like when I lift my pen, it's still reading. It's still reading. The stroke somehow, so it just extends itself a little bit, and that's being a little bit troublesome because I do get some marks where they shouldn't be. And it's just that I need to replace the nib. Maybe it's too worn. That sometimes happens. I know that there are some brands that have indestructible nibs, but obviously XP Pen isn't one of them. And I do think that with the friction, especially after a couple of years, it is going to mean that the nibs are going to get worn eventually. That's just the fact of life. Though I am glad that XP Pen has way more durable nibs than Wacom pens. Wacom pen nibs get spent so quickly, and I am a very light-handed illustrator. I am very fairly light-handed, so I don't know why my Wacom nibs, because I do have a Wacom Deco tablet, that is pretty old, but it's still very much usable, and I use for whenever I'm going traveling. And it is, those nibs just get spent as if I was just rubbing them with my entire hand pressure on the screen. Or well, not screen, because Decos are screenless tablets. They're touch tablets. So I am happy that XP Pen has far more durable nibs, because nib replacements are expensive. Once you run out of nib replacements that come out of the tablets box, you have to buy your own, and they're kind of pricey. Even if they're quite literally just little pieces of plastic. Oh yes, Frida, what is up, baby girl? I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she is already making demands. I had to turn off sound reduction off on Discord, so that my friends could hear Frida whining from the other side of the house, because she is hungry and demands attention. Isn't that right, baby girl? I often over-exaggerate how much Frida, demands and stuff, but honestly, lately she has gotten really spoiled, and I have a certain blanket father to blame for that. Because, quite literally, I have been giving her breakfast. It has gotten earlier and earlier for some reason. So before, I used to give her breakfast at 6 a.m. But now, we have gone back in time so much that I am now giving her breakfast at 4:30 a.m. in the morning, which is not great. But then, I have made the discovery that apparently a certain blanket father, once he wakes up, which is usually at around 6, and so after I've already given her breakfast, also gives Rita her breakfast. So she has been getting double breakfast this whole time. And my mom has already warned him that I probably had already given Frida breakfast, but you see, Frida puts on her best puppy dog eyes, and she gives him her best meows to make it look as if she had been starved for 3 bajillion years, and my dad just eats it all up. He cannot resist her. And you see, the funniest thing is that Frida doesn't really like my dad. Unless she's begging for food, she doesn't like it when he touches her. He doesn't like it when he comes into the room while I am holding her. She doesn't come into his room ever because she just doesn't like him. Every time he tries to go on and pet her while I'm there, she quite literally just runs away. But when it's full, then they're suddenly best friends. They're suddenly besties. And my mom and I are the ones that have to cover the cost of her cat food, so he is none the wiser at how expensive her cat food is, because remember, Frida has a very delicate tummy. So she cannot get the regular schmegular cat food. She has to get her fancy feasts. She has to get her medicated, sensitive tummy foods. Her digestive care foods. And it has to be fancy feasts because she hates the other brands. Because she is a spoiled little baby brat. I have quite literally raised a brat in my own household. And now I am suffering the consequences. But yeah, I have already told my dad that we really need to not overfeed Frida lest she becomes a fat kitty again and she has to go on a diet again. Because she has pulled this trick before of tempting my parents to double feed her, because usually I am the one that feeds her. But my parents then are like, oh, but she is begging so much. What if Ghost forgot? What if Ghost is a bad owner and they forgot to feed Frida? And Frida just licks it all up. Even though I even The second she finishes her food, she immediately starts asking for more again. It isn't even funny how quickly she switches up into the poor baby mode. Oh, ad break is going to start in 1 minute, guys. Feel free to grab a snack, grab a drink, grab whatever you might need. I will not be taking a break this time, but feel free to do so if you need to. The ads will last 3 minutes, and if you don't want to wait the 3 minutes for us to end, feel free to uh subscribe as well. Of course, it isn't necessary. I don't think that you guys will be missing much. But it does help me out a little bit if you guys decide to sub or not. And you also get pretty cool emotes. Most of them which are made by me. Yippee! Hi there, Frida. What you doing? No, you cannot you cannot get the water on my desk. You have your own water bowl. Spoiled brat. Yeah, this song is so cute. I won't listen to it in a while either. It was like one of the older parts of like Super Nintend's discography, so it's still got sort of like, I don't want to call it like a vintage feeling, but I also don't know any other way to call it. Yeah, it is like, it's got like this cute feeling of it. Like, it is very homey to me for some reason. Puedo morir.
one of my favorite parts of doing, I guess, of being able to do line art or going through the process of doing line art that I have already said that I don't particularly like is coloring the line art at the end, because it just makes the piece just like blend together so well. Like you finally see all that grueling work pulled through. It just ties everything up in like a neat little bow. Yeah, as you can see, just sort of like when the pure black gets replaced for colors that actually fit the piece better, it just makes the piece look more alive. Or at least that's what I think, in my opinion.
Oh no!
Oh, hello, Ethan. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you doing?
Please do not kill my wisps.
Aw, thank you for the kiss. Thankfully, the wisps live another day. Right now, I am working on ARTFIGHT attacks, but how are you doing, Ethan? Yeah, I have been busy. I've been very busy. But I am glad to be back. Never participated in ARTFIGHT, but have participated in Creative Clash. Oh, interesting. I do not know what Creative Clash is. What is it? I do love ARTFIGHT season. It is such a fun time. Even if you're not participating, watching other people attacks and just have fun with it is just really inspiring to me. I wish I was able to get more. So I could get more like an amount of hearts. I suppose that isn't an option right now. I have to learn how to use this type of layers more because CSP has so many layer options that I just simply don't know what they're for. I feel like I am just missing the opportunity to make way more stuff. And secondly, that concerns me. I live with the applause, applause, applause. I live with the applause, applause, live with the applause, applause, way that you cheer and scream for me. The applause, applause, applause. Give me the thing that I love. I think that this is good for now. What do you guys think? Pro NSFW and Pro Fan Art ARTFIGHT. What do you mean? ARTFIGHT is Pro Fan Art as well. I see. I see. Honestly, I understand why ARTFIGHT does not allow NSFW, and it's because, well, there's a ton of minors who actually participate in ARTFIGHT. But you're definitely allowed to do fan art on ARTFIGHT. Sure, like the focus is OCs, but you're definitely allowed to have fandom OCs on ARTFIGHT. I have a ton of fandom OCs. That are in ARTFIGHT right now. A little bit of noise. Not that much. Some cool chromatic aberration. There you go. And I think that we're done for this specific attack on ARTFIGHT. Very simple, very cute. And let's make a folder for it so that I am able happened. I can now save as. Wait, I forgot to add my signature. I'm a little dumb. There you go. It's nice. If you try to just submit an IP character with an NOC, you get instantly disqualified for the next year in Creative Clash. So yeah. I don't get it. I'm so sorry. I don't get exactly how that works. Bookmarks? We gotta. No! Business. Oh, I need to get me a frame for Team Mystery for the thumbnail. I think that somebody made frames for all of the themes, and let me see. I forget that the official ARTFIGHT page is just is already super. It's already 100% like saturated. I just want to give them a little sneeze. Oh, that is okay. I'll make a little frame. 200 by 200. I can open the illustration and fit it in. One. And I can later update the frame. There it is. Oh, so cute. There we go. And now we just gotta wait. Estimated wait time is 4 minutes. Well, we'll see how it goes. Usually it is in 4 minutes. Yeah. Since we've got less than half an hour left, I'm just gonna continue on with ML's reference because I don't think that we'll be able to like get through another attack. Thank you. I do wanna definitely like get more horror in for my ARTFIGHT attacks, but as I said, Twitch can be really stinky about that, so I will be doing those attacks off stream so that I don't get bunked. Oh, I got a little sneeze on! I'm so happy. I'll definitely check out more My Little Pony characters because I am such in a pony mode right now. I just really wanna drum more ponies. What can I say? I'm an MLP ghosty at heart. Also, I still don't know if I'm going to upload my Ever After High characters because I do want to update their designs. Because some of them are really outdated. And specifically Atlas, since he won Character of the Month a couple of years ago, I have decided that I want to make sure that he is like fully like realized into his best self before I actually upload him into ARTFIGHT. As I said, feet are my greatest enemy, so shit. And Zane, I can't do fingies well. Yeah, I also struggle with fingies, but you see, even though I do struggle with fingies, I have been getting better. So, the better I get, the better I get, the the better I get with hands. And now I have to unfortunately realize that I now need to work on making feet better, and that means fingies. What? This nest is too large. Did I accidentally make it 300? 300 image? Give me a second. No, it is 72. Let me just change that to 0.5 then. There we go, and that should be big enough. Freaking Twitch changed my settings, so I was scrolling my phone trying to find you. No! I'm so sorry, Crispy. Oh, well, I'm glad that you're getting better at schools. You know, it is always just having to practice. I know that it is like a really annoying advice, but it actually is solid advice. You do need to practice. No, I do not want to use a cropping tool. No, it doesn't need it. Now you get the payback. Oh gosh, okay. Slug Sona? I need Snail Sona. Snail. Oh, that's cute. Character ID copied. Boing. Check. There we go. And confirm attack details, and yippee! Get attacked, Bozo! We did it! Wow! It was serious issue that rules was I have a school. It was a serious issue that resulted in a losses from a customer. Turns out they put the school in the box. So true. She used to do the Sans Undertale Skull. Why? Why would you do Sans Undertale Skull? Hmm? Hmm? Time, effort, or pride. That is so cute. Minimal shading. Fully shaded. Huh. Well, I suppose that is just like, it depends on the artist. For me, this is minimal shading. Yeah, we got an attack! Wow! Oh, hey! What's up? Oh, Lorenzo Ren! Yes. Another mystery. This is one of the characters, one of the people from the mystery that I'm going to do friendly fire for, but again, probably going to include gore or NSFW, items that I cannot show on Twitch or else they bonk me. As for NSFW, I mean, gore. Because, nudity and sexual themes are not allowed in ARTFIGHT. Because they are spiritually asexual. Well, not spiritually asexual, it's just that there's a lot of children in ARTFIGHT, and as such, they do need to limit ARTFIGHT to be mostly safe for work, which I completely understand. Aw, thank you, Crispy. I'm very happy. I really like how I've been doing my characters' faces, specifically for the Eden series, because they all have specific shapes associated with them, so they all have their own little features that I want to make sure that really come through. And since Emil is the newest addition, I guess I could say that he is the one that's like the most polished when it comes to what I want to make. Unfortunately, Emil's reference will not be finished during the stream. One, because I've got less than 15 minutes left, but also because his story and reference is going to be heavily NSFW, in the sense that it is going to include a lot of body horror. So I won't be able to finish it during stream. But if you are interested in seeing the finished version, remember I will be uploading it to Not Safe for Ghosts on Twitter or on my ARTFIGHT page. Where are you? There you are, Bozo. Why am I so mean to my characters? Why do I love insulting my characters and calling them mean names? I feel like I am a very cruel god. Then again, I do play The Sims for the murder aspect of it, so. Let me rethink a little bit how this should look like. Well, first of all, I think that the Spinkies are a little bit too far back. Nothing peaceful without a ladder. I actually died via electrocution.
Or died because you got too surprised from a surprise party. That is me. That is so me-coded.
I love it when I create a me with social anxiety and then I have them die because they got a surprise birthday party and then they got a heart attack and died. By the way, do you guys know that some me's actually have the chance to die from happiness? Or, also die from laughter? I think that's really funny. I would get more into The Sims if my computer didn't try and kill itself every time I tried to run it. And it isn't even because I've got mods on. I don't even have that many mods. I'm pretty vanilla. Oh yeah, Sims. I mean, I also like torturing my Miis, but, in different ways. By the way, for characters that have coats on, I actually first draw them without a coat, so that I am able to then later on copy this specific drawing and then draw the coat on it, so that way I am able to streamline the work better. And I don't have to redraw them entirely. No, more. I just checked the D&D chat. Is Crony still alive? If Crony is still alive, I'll raid out to him. If not, I'll look up somebody else since... Yeah, it is 10 minutes before. Happily married to Housing Hotel Lucifer on my Tomodachi life. So true. I actually have my me specifically. Oh, Crony's like, oh, he's already sleeping. Okay, then we won't be raiding out the Crony since he is in Eper mode right now. But let's see who is live. Hopefully another one of our friends is doing more ARTFIGHT stuff. Let's see. Kazuha is live, Benji is live, Backhead is live, and Krongles is live, but he's asleep. Schedule 1, Minecraft. Let's see. I don't think that I have rated out to Desync in a very long time, so let's rate out to Desync. Yeah. Let's rate out to Desync. Right now, he is doing... they are doing... Yes, those are Desync's pronouns, I believe. Yeah. Desync, is currently doing the Lamp as SMP, which is an SMP that Salu also belongs to. They are part of the Rat Gang. And the rats, they made me crazy. So I would love to raid out to them and see what the rats are doing. Wow! Thank you guys so much for joining me on stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. And I'm sorry for the little hiccups that we had. I know that they were very annoying, but hopefully I am able to set up there you go. Hopefully I am actually able to set up multi-streaming on YouTube and see how it goes. Specifically for art streams, I don't think that my content is that good for YouTube when it comes to gaming because I have a little bit of a potty mouth. But yeah, as always, I am raising some funds so that I can get some more computer parts. I'm pretty good for my goal. But yeah, if you feel like it, feel free to contribute. Here's also my Discord if you want to join it. We usually just chat around. I share some of my art. Also, if you want to be more involved on my schedules or what I'm going to do for any events or whatever, that is a place to go. But if you just want to get some smaller updates without being bombarded on your Discord, that is completely fine.
You can also find me on most social media as Blanketer Ghost. But if you want to check on my bots, I have 2 channels. One is the Blanket Ghost for speed paints and covers, and Blanketer Bots for bots. But yeah, that'll be all for now. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Oh yeah, also this is a story message. Whoopsies! We already